All right, guys, we are here today. It is day 2 of this. Honestly, we got a lot of stuff going on today. We got the Jolts report. We've got ISM manufacturing, PMI, and more. It's the day before the big day, which is we've got ISM manufacturing, PMI, and more, which is Tariff Day. It's the day before Judgment Day, Doomsday, Liberation Day, whatever you want to call it. It's the day before tariffs kick in, April 2nd. Busy week this week, man. All right, guys. Honestly, a lot of stuff going on today. We posted a couple things on our X page, but I would just be careful all day tomorrow. All day tomorrow, you want to be careful. What's up, Richie, Ryan, Trading, Pawn, Ray, Faye, JP, Ed, D, Sam, Rational, G, Jair, Lang, David, Curtis. What's up, guys? Good morning. Hope you guys are doing good. What's up, Beach Mom? Yeah, so again, markets entered correction territory yesterday. If we take a look at the SPY, we actually rebounded a little bit, but you know, we still entered correction territory. Like, you got to look, even if we look at the SPY here, we did dump under this big level. And again, we ended up making money. We posted a short yesterday on milestone levels and why they're important. And it kind of goes to show why you should be paying attention to milestone levels. So like earlier, like, you know, a level that I've been talking about for, honestly, a level that I've been talking about for really like months here has been, there's two levels. One of them is on the NASDAQ, and we broke that level yesterday. And that's the level where I got some really good volatility from. So just to kind of show you what I mean by that, right? So here's this morning, here's late yesterday. The level we ended up breaking, let me put a 2-day chart up or something. The level we ended up breaking yesterday was this 19,140 level, this 19,139 level. We talked about it in our short, if you watch our short, and that was this level right here. Right, so we ended up breaking that level, and this is a long-term support level that we ended up dumping under yesterday. If we put like a yearly chart up, you can kind of see like the low of right here is that 19,139 level. This level right here. This level right here is a really big milestone level, and I'm still going to watch this level for sure. Like, I'm still paying attention to this level. It's still a level I'm going to have on my charts just because it's a milestone level. And so one of the things that we played yesterday, like, I'm going to turn this level, we'll turn it like bright yellow, make it really wide so we can actually see it on a shorter term chart. But yeah, here's that level right here. And so once we broke under this level yesterday, like, you can kind of see it happen here, we just had some really obvious momentum. And so this is something that we really rode down a lot yesterday. We shorted, we got funded in a couple of accounts. If you watch the short I published yesterday, this is the level we talked about. Now there's another level that I'm also watching here. Like, there's another level that I'm also paying attention to, and it has to do with Nvidia. Now, Nvidia is kind of a ways away, but Nvidia has a very similar level to that right here. Right now, we've actually tested this level a couple different times, and this level on Nvidia, and I think it'll be even worse if Nvidia breaks this spot, but this level on Nvidia is 102.15s. 102.15s on Nvidia. I think if we break under this level, and we kind of tested it yesterday, held over it, but if we break underneath this level here, you know, stuff can really get rough in markets. And so we're still a ways away, though. Like, we ended up rebounding yesterday. That level's not until all the way back down here, so we still got some space. A lot of stuff's rebounding though today. We are catching some bounce backs here, and everything. We got like Tesla back up to 260s. You know, and I had somebody ask me, so, you know, and this kind of goes to show, like, one of the things that I'm seeing here, like, one of the things that I'm seeing is, one of the things that I'm seeing is, over the last 5 years, it's been really, really easy to buy the dip. Right, the last 5 years has been incredibly easy to buy the dip. Like any dip buy has worked over the past 5 years, and so a lot of people honestly have a really bad like misunderstanding about their skill as an investor and trader. I know somebody who basically has bought every dip. They think they're like a genius and they're trying to like manage people's portfolios and stuff. But now they're coming to us and they're kind of like, hey, you know, should we sell Tesla? Right. And I don't know. I don't know if they should sell Tesla or not. I really don't. I think that there's risks to holding and selling. I think if it was me, I'd probably just sit on it long term. Short term, like maybe DCA into it. I think Tesla's gonna be fine. Today we have the Jolts job report. It drops at 10 a.m. It's expected for Jolts, it's expected at 7.7 million openings. ISM, manufacturing, 10 a.m. expected at 49.5. And so these are two big reports that drop, you know, after the opening bell today. They drop after the bell. We will put these up so we can see them. There we go. And yeah, that's what we got right now in the market. All-time highs this year? I don't know, man. Maybe. John the Hat makes the market go up or down. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what time tomorrow is going to make any, you know. Yeah, I don't know what time the tariff news is really going to kick in. I think you should just pay attention all day, really. Yeah, so the president is scheduled to announce new reciprocal tariffs on Wednesday, April 2nd, during an event in the White House Rose Garden. The exact time of the announcement has not been specified in the available sources. Late morning, early afternoon is most probable time for this. So we'll see, but yeah. We'll see, man. $12 years ago today, Bitcoin hit $100 for the first time. All right, so Adam Aaron, AMC CEO, is responding to a post that says, all the while you took a $23 million salary, pretty high, don't you think, for trying to sell your shareholders' business wasn't good? And then Adam Aaron responded, quote, as a large AMC shareholder, I too have felt the anguish caused by our falling share prices in recent years, and therefore I understand why you would be distraught if my salary was $23 million per year, except that it isn't. Here are the facts. As of May 21, my salary was $1.5 million per annum. In each of the past 4 years, I voluntarily recommended to the AMC board that I not take a raise in my salary. My salary today of March is still $1.5 million per year. I am also entitled to cash bonuses that are 100% formulaic based on the company's operating performance. When you add together my cash salary and my bonuses, the total has been far less than 1/3 of my publicly reported total compensation. The bulk of my total compensation is in AMC stock. We report the amounts of the stock based on rules governing public company proxies. But as some of you may know, I have not even sold one AMC share in more than 3 years. And in those years, the AMC share price has fallen dramatically. So the actual value of my AMC stock is but a small fraction of the amounts that were previously reported by rule. My realized total compensation in the past 36 months has been considerably less than half of the public amounts of which you read. I'm not asking for any pity here. I get that many of you have felt pain in the decline, but you deserve the facts. My annual salary is not $23 million. It's not even 7% of $23 million. So forth and so on. So, well, he's correcting it. Oof, dude, this coffee is way too strong, bro. I looked it up this morning, bro. My wife told me 1 scoop per cup. Ugh. I think I'm using way too much coffee. I think I put like... Ugh. I think I made 8 cups. I put 8 scoops. And now my coffee tastes like straight up sludge, bro. It's got to be like the strongest coffee I've ever had. Yeah, I could just add water. That's true. I think I actually might go do that. Yeah, it's way too strong, dude. It's way too strong. All right, guys. Yeah, so NASDAQ up. Still well under 20K. It honestly, as long as it's over 19K, that's okay. I think, NASDAQ was holding under 18 or under 19,000 for a little bit. That's a bad sign, of course. That's not good. Is it 1 scoop per 1.5 to 2 cups? So I'm putting twice as much. That's what you're saying. Hooters filed for bankruptcy. Understandably so. I mean, all right, so Jim Cramer is posting this morning. He said the death cross has already occurred. Now a retest would find buyers as all the lies and libel that can be told is now over, or fact of life, those who keep lying better get their own show, because my show is going to expose them if they keep lying about Nvidia. Jim Cramer acting like he's a man of the people and not a man pushing big corporate buys and sells. I'm just not for it. You know, I'm sorry, Jim. I'm just not for it, bro. Gold breaking all-time highs. One of the things breaking all-time highs this morning is gold. Gold hit 31.77s, which is the new all-time high now. And gold up to almost $3,200. Whew. All right, guys. So yeah, Nvidia is still at 108 though, and again, I think the problem. Look at this dip in the Nasdaq here, guys. Look at this drop. So the Nasdaq's coming back down. I'm gonna say this level again. Watch this 102.15 level. This big yellow level. Just watch 102. I wanna watch 102 on Nvidia. If Nvidia breaks under $102 a share, that is the 7-month low for Nvidia, a massive milestone level, and it might reignite fears and crash thesis. We'll see. You know, I don't know if this bounce. Let me do a poll. I don't think I did a poll yet. And I think the only question to really ask today is, does the crash, or does the correction, because it's technically not a crash, continue today, or does the market continue bouncing back? Which one? Does the correction continue today? We'll put to the correction. Does the correction to the downside continue today, or does the market continue bouncing back up? All right, guys. So I think that's a good poll. Continues down 100%, you know, so far. It looks like most people think it's going to continue down, but we only got a couple of votes in. We got almost 400 people here. We started the stream 15 minutes ago. So, yeah, we'll see if we continue down. I have Nvidia's danger zone is a range between 100 and 100. Yeah, I agree. I think 102 is the level for Nvidia. I think if we break under that level, that's where problems can happen, you know, and that's where you really want to be careful of. Berkshire Hathaway falls for a Japanese yen denominated three-parter size not disclosed. Sideways option? Yeah, I mean, let me know in the chat if you think we're going to go sideways. Sideways is an option, too. I think we might be sideways. That might be even more of an option today because of the day before April 2nd. It's April 1st today. And so, you know, I think that's where you really got to be careful. Leading into April 2nd, I think that's where the risks lie. All right, so tariff update. U.S. Liberation Day looms. 20% tariff floated. President to announce reciprocal tariffs. Okay, so here's the time, guys. So we have the time. All right, so here's the time. It is going to be... Let me make sure. I think it's going to be at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Hold on, let me make sure. All right, so I'm checking to confirm the time. Look at the NASDAQ testing that 19,330 level. All right, so it's going to be at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. All right, so here is basically what's going on. So we basically redid this. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So that is the set. So the president is going to be scheduled to announce new reciprocal tariffs on Wednesday, April 2nd during an event in the White House Garden. The announcement is set for 3 p.m. Eastern time is what this is. So 3 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, so it's going to be 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. And again, good or bad action from this? So that's the big news, the big catalyst. Look at the SPY come down here. IO and Q dipping down some, so we got some stock movement. Meta sitting at about 572s. We got Microsoft at still under 400 at 373s. We got Apple at 219s. I probably stream it tomorrow, to be honest. Like, I'll try to stream it tomorrow. We'll see, but I'll try. Reciprocal tariff day. Yeah. I mean, it's a big day. Hey, y'all be careful, man. Who knows how it's going to affect the market either. I really don't know. But again, that's going to be at 2 o'clock Central Time. So we're streaming that for sure. 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Yeah, and today we got Jolts. We got Jolts. If you read the bottom, we got 7.7 million expected for Jolts. We got ISM Manufacturing expected at 49.5. Yeah, so looking at our poll option, we got a couple hundred votes already in about 5 minutes. 43% think we bounce back. 57% think we continue down. And again, look at the NASDAQ fall here. NASDAQ at 19.3s right now. So it's still dipping down for sure. I'm curious about that previous level at 19,140. 19,140 seems like a good spot to watch. Yeah. Pump that like button if you haven't already, guys. We appreciate it. Yeah, so a lot of marketing. Social media, you see some sad stuff sometimes too. SPY break it down, man. And SPY's testing the lows of pre-market. We mostly went up all day yesterday. I think the big level, if we're watching the NASDAQ or the SPY here, like if I put an hourly chart up, obviously I think we got to look at the lows. Hold on, let me put a 4-hour chart up actually. Yeah, we got to look at these lows. So again, here is the continuation correction leading into tariff day on the NASDAQ. You can kind of see it right here. We did rebound back up yesterday, so it is looking a little bit better. Here's a small rebound back up, and now we're still kind of testing this level. Yeah, check out our Discord if you haven't already. Yeah, I mean, will today's economic data turn the market back down? It certainly could. It certainly could. I mean, Jolts is a pretty big report. ISM manufacturing dropping at the same time is going to make 10 a.m. pretty influential over market action. So it's something you probably want to tune in for. Tomorrow's tariff day, of course, is the biggest. And then, honestly, we got a lot of stuff drop this week. We got Jolts, non-farm employment data Wednesday. We got jobless claims Thursday. We got non-farm payrolls and unemployment on Friday. We got Jerome Powell as well on Friday. So we got a lot of stuff. Down for April Fools, maybe. We'll see, bro. All right, guys. So, again, I'm going to still ask the same question. Do we continue down today? I think that's going to be in a lot of people's minds. I've seen this. A couple people have the same thesis as me, though. I think we could also just choppy. Like, I think we could be apprehensive leading into April 2nd. I think, some people think we're going to have good reactions to April 2nd. Some people think it's going to be the other way. So I think it really is one of those situations where we don't know the response we're going to get tomorrow. Yeah, I've been pretty truthful today, even though it's April Fool's. You have to do better, you know. Choppy sideways, maybe. Let me pull up Discord. I mean, pull up. Yeah. We need these rate cuts. I don't see anyone talking about the potential for other countries to lower their tariffs, which would automatically lower the U.S. side of the trade. Pretty positive for markets. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that will be good. It depends on what he says. Obviously, I think he's going to try to say positive things tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow. I thought it would be earlier than he's doing it. He's doing it at 3 o'clock Eastern. So I thought it would be earlier that he's doing it. SPY yesterday 3 or 4 times kicked higher, got shorts in trouble. Yeah, I mean, we made money shorting the market yesterday morning, but by the end of the day, it had ripped up a lot. And so I'm just lucky we didn't get caught shorting any of that bull action, because we ended up pushing up a lot yesterday. Although, again, here's the bounce back. Like I've showed this a couple times. Here's the NQ. And then here is the small little bounce back that we've had. So it doesn't mean much. And if we continue down like this, it's certainly possible. Like, it's certainly possible we continue down right now. It's also possible we chop. So it's certainly possible we chop. You know what I mean? Like, the whole market is going to be pretty... yeah, the whole market is going to be pretty apprehensive, I think, and nervous about tomorrow's April 2nd tariffs. Bitcoin looks beginning to slow down. Where's Bitcoin at? I honestly haven't even looked at it. So Bitcoin at 84.4s. So at 84.4s. It's trying. Like it was at 82s, 83s earlier in the week and last week. So it getting back up to almost 85K is a good thing. I think if it can get into the 90s, I think 90s is very neutral for Bitcoin right now. It's around the all-time highs, of course. So a lot of people are going to consider it extended, but I think if it can hold in the 90s, that's good. I think that's like a pretty decent neutral. I think that's a pretty decent neutral level if it can get in the 90K. But the question is, do you guys think Bitcoin will break 100K this year? Do you think it'll break 100K again this year? I tend to think it will, but you never know. And it also depends on like the macro state of the market and finance in the US and really the world. So Bitcoin is a stable asset. There's no have to move up. Right, there's always variance. I try to tell people this all the time. Yes. Gold spiking. Yeah. 3160s. It's doing something, but I still don't like buying gold, and I might miss out on stuff. Like, I could obviously be very wrong here, and gold could keep pushing up. It's too extended. I'd rather buy it on dips versus big strength. Looking at our poll, so we're still 55-45 split. 55% of people think we continue down. 45% of people think we bounce back. And so we're still pretty split there. Yeah. Bitcoin, yeah, not out of the queue to hit a 110 and fluctuate between 100 as the base and 110 as the new pulse. Yeah, I think it could. Again, I said it before. I think Bitcoin will consolidate in the 90s. Apparently, I was wrong there, and now it's in the 80s. But I still think it's going to consolidate and then make another push, as long as it has the macro landscape to do it. Like, if it can get the right market, the right environment, I think that's probably what it'll do. But who knows, man? Not an investment professional. As I always say, I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about everything I say. Don't copy me. Genuinely no idea what I'm talking about. Understand CFTC 4.41, not investment professionals. This is not investment advice. or professional investment advice. We are not liable. If you lose, don't copy us. Well, yesterday was justifiably bearish, though. I understand the polls being bearish yesterday. Because, like, okay, so if we look at Sunday's day, right? If we look at Sunday's day, and honestly, the market turned pretty bearish right now, too. But if we look at Sunday's day, here's Sunday. Sunday, we started edging towards these long-term lows. And so if we look at the days preceding Sunday here, like Friday, let me put up a 4-hour chart. If we look at the days preceding all this stuff, like, look, we started to make this turn on the 26th, which is Wednesday. And so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we moved all the way down to test 7-month lows, right? So here's 7-month lows. And then we opened up in the morning yesterday right around those lows, right? So at that point in time, you know, this is something I talked about a lot this morning already. At that point in time, I made a short yesterday about the level 19,139, basically 19,140. That was the low of the last 7 months. And when we opened up so close to that yesterday, it was highly probable that at the opening bell, at least, we were going to start to test that level. And that's exactly what we did. We ended up breaking down under 19,000 for a second, and then we ended up rebounding back up. But honestly, we're starting to turn back down in pre-market this morning. So like so far, the pre-market's honestly pretty red. If we look at stuff now, I put a 1-minute chart up. Like this is the market this morning, and the nasdaq on the left side. So the nasdaq is down this morning in pre-market. It's been continuing down, and I think if it breaks under 19,000, that's bad. I think another level you can watch is 19,140. It's the previous 7-month low. I think another level you can watch, if you want to watch levels, is this 102.15 level on the Nvidia chart. 102.15 is that same level for Nvidia. It's the 7-month low on Nvidia. And so that 102.15 level, that's a level that I don't know what's going to happen once we hit it, but that's a level you probably want to watch, realistically, you know. Four-year bear market would be anything but impossible. No, I mean, it's possible. It's just not very probable. Most of the time, the market's not going to bear market. Okay, so in order for us to have a 4-year bear market, we would have to have a crash similar to that of 1929. We'd have to have a crash similar to the .com crash. And even then, I don't think we downtrended for 4 years. I think a 4-year long downtrend is going to be very hard to do. Because like we might drop big 1 year and then start bouncing back the others. And so while we might be down over a 4-year period, it doesn't mean we're downtrending for 4 years. That's a different thing. Yeah, we got first quarter deliveries for Tesla tomorrow too. Sometime before 9 a.m. that's supposed to drop. We got non-farm employment data tomorrow. So we got a lot of stuff happening tomorrow too. Ooh, this coffee is way too strong. New lows today. I think it's possible we hit new lows. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, Smart Films? How you doing, bro? All right, guys. Not even 8 a.m. yet. Let's see what we get. It's the calm before the storm today. A lot of people say, man, it's the calm before the storm. holding pattern maybe. Gold, silver. Short the VIX. I don't know, man. Shorting the VIX basically thinks you think the market goes up. Again, look at gold coming back down too. Market's rebounding a little bit, but again, we pushed up over this 19.5 level, which is a pretty big milestone level as well. So we still got time. I don't think we have anything. Let me see at 8:30 today. Let me make sure. And we also have mortgage data coming out tomorrow, relevant. Yeah, so we had European CPI show up this morning. So European CPI showed up at 2.4% year over year for core CPI versus 2.5% expected. The rest of it showed up as expected. So nothing crazy there. And then today the big stuff was Jolts and ISM data. We got Lagarde speaking as well. Tomorrow's the big day that we got ADP non-farm employment change. We got Tesla delivery numbers. We got tariff day looming. We got services PMI Thursday mixed with jobless claims unemployment. And then Friday we got non-farm payrolls, unemployment, Powell, and more. Just a busy, busy day. Yeah, I don't know if it's easy to predict what the market does today. I think it's possible we go down, but I also think it's possible we chop sideways. It's possible we go up. And so I don't think it's a like super predictable thing. I think we can guess, and if you guess right, congrats, but I don't think it's super predictable. Do you guys think 401ks are useful? Ugh. All right, guys, so not putting it into 401ks, they view it as a scam. No guarantees to reach the age where you utilize it. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, look, it depends on how you're looking at things. I think you should save for some retirement. But do I want to save all my money when I'm young just so I can live really good when I'm old? No. Like, I want to live good now. Like, I don't want to live good when I'm 70. I want to live good now. And in order to live good now, I got to take risks, and I got to, I got to make things pop right now. I don't need to, stick all my money away so I can live good when I'm 65, 70 years old. At that point, my life is basically over. No offense, but, I want to live good now, not when I'm, geriatric. And I think that should be understandable. Even if you're that age, you should understand that. Hopefully you live good at both. Like, I hope I live good then and I live good now. But I'm certainly not going to stash all my money away so I can live good then, and not touch it now. Honestly, when I'm that old, I might not even care what's going on, I want to live good now when I'm young and have a good life now. And in order to, and I do have a great life. I have a beautiful life. But in order to, get this life, I had to take risks. And, I'm definitely not going to stick all my money away so I can live good when I'm old, I think saving for retirement is important. And I think, honestly, if you invest a little bit right now, it'll pay big dividends in the future, right? So, if you invest $20K, that can probably set you up for your retirement. You know, if you invest 15, 20K when you're young, that's all you really need, and then you're basically set. The compound interest that you're going to gain from that over a 20-year, 30-year period, 40-year period is going to be ridiculous. And so it doesn't matter too much anyway. That's all you really need to do. But talking about just adding more and more and more and more money to that, like where it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, I don't see that as necessary at all. Like the amount you can do for 100K, 200K now, you can accomplish a lot with that money now. Versus when you're 60 or 70, you know, who cares if you're, you know, I don't know. That's how I feel. It's a subjective thing. Like it's an opinionated thing. What do you guys think? I think a lot of people have put a lot of money in 401ks and they're desperate to justify the use of them. And I get it, right? But I don't know. Hmm. 401k is good if your company matches it. Yeah. Do it for the kids. Yeah. I mean, my kids are pretty set up too, though. Yeah. I mean, my kids are pretty good. They're pretty set up. I used to see people buying Bitcoin 10 years ago. Yeah. They match. You get 401ks free money. No, I agree. I think matching is great. And I think that aspect of 401k is obviously very useful. You know, but you're going to have to pay realized gains on it and other taxes throughout the years. And it's going to, you know, all at once when you do withdraw it, whatever it is. And so it's a little misleading. Like you think it's more than it is. But, you know. I'm using whatever allows me to pay the least taxes. Yeah, 1 million 40 years later doesn't worth the same as 1 million today. Yeah, 100%. We're gonna have so much inflation between now and then. But in that regard, that's an argument for investing, not against it. You know, that's why I buy houses. You know, regardless, a house is a house. You know, regardless of anything. So, land is land, houses are houses. My greatest quote ever. All right, guys. So the market started to turn down a little bit. We're at 19.342s. Let's see if we break under this 19.3 level. That's the low of the day, right? Yeah. Low of the day, that 19.280 level or so. It looks like it's like right under 19.3s, 19.28s. And we're pushing towards that now. So the low of the day is right around here. We'll put this up. So the low of the day is right around here. We'll see if we break underneath it. We'll put some trading up. We'll get some trading done this morning. We did pretty good yesterday. Again, we got funded in another account. All right, guys. So, yeah, so we made money on almost everything yesterday. As we get closer to this level, I'm going to want to short more, I think. So, as we get closer to this level, I'm going to want to short more. We got the low of the days coming up, but we'll see if we actually hold underneath it. Yeah, I mean, this is the low of the day right here. Right around 19. Like, again, I'll put some levels up on my charts. But this is the low of the day. We got this low up here, which seems to have some confirmation. I think that's a level too, but it was a weight. Yeah, so now we're starting to head up some. I could also probably draw another level here, maybe like right here, 350. And we'll see if we get over this stuff. But I'm watching 385 as another level. But we're starting to pop over this. Yeah, will we go to the bear market? I don't know, man. I think, who knows? Don't underestimate those who are not planning for their future. I mean, I think you should plan for your future, of course, right? But I think when you're young, if you want to live well, you got to take risks when you're young. You can't just kind of... You can't worry so much about something that's not guaranteed to where you end up, like, spending your youth, which is the most valuable time, effing off, you know? But with that said, at the same time, you still want to, plan for your future. It just needs to be in a way in which it's not hurting you too much now. That's my take. But again, let me know if you agree with me. Everybody's different. Yeah, if you're smart with money, you can do both. Honestly, my coffee straight up tastes like sludge, bro. It really does. All right, so look, market's coming back a little bit here. I'm definitely not going to trade 5. This 380 level. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to trade 5. Honestly, I'm watching Nvidia pretty closely today, and one of my weakness gauges is Nvidia. If Nvidia starts to move down to test 105s, 104s, 103s, specifically 102.15, that low of the last 7 months, that's a very big weak sign. You can't enjoy most stuff. Yeah, for sure, I agree. We're getting to the point where every pop is followed by a huge drop. Bear market behavior. Yeah, I mean, fear. Tariff day tomorrow is what it's all leading into. So, like, tariff day tomorrow is kind of... That's what's happening here is tariff day. Tariff fears. Yeah, gold's breaking all-time highs. Gold hit $31.77, almost $3,200. UBS says Apple's iPhone SE failed to lift sell-through in February as units fell 1% year-over-year despite an easy comp in February 24. UBS has a neutral rating and a price target of $236 a share on Apple. Yeah, we're posting most of this stuff to our X page. It's at Beginner Trades, at Beginner Trades. We kind of post a rundown of everything going on. in markets. A rundown of everything going on in markets. And so, yeah. Tesla down 2% up in pre-market, actually. So Tesla is actually slightly green, huh? Yeah, Tesla's up a little bit. Nvidia, slight gains in pre-market, but we'll see if they hold. Yeah, so again, if you want to follow me on X, here's our daily news summary here. We just posted this daily news summary. We also post like breaking news in stocks and finance here. And so again, if you want to help us, there's the link right there. Check it out. Johnson & Johnson remains confident in 2025 guidance as well as 2025-2030 projections. Again, remember, today we got the Jolts job opening report at 10 a.m. We got ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 a.m. Yeah, they might. They might, D-man. Most of their productions are in the U.S. Or most of their production facilities are in the United States. Look at this turn. Here, guys. Wow. Look at this turn. I'm going to change this to 280. Look at that turn. I'm going to short this. Oh, dude, a bad fill. Oh, man, this is the regular NASDAQ. Oh, dude, I bought the regular NASDAQ. My fault. Here, we're going to immediately switch to a different funded account just because we accidentally just lost more than we wanted to on that thing. We got to switch to micros. Ugh. And I got to put my levels back up. So we had 380 as one here. We got 380 as one. And then we had 4, and then we got 350, so yeah, that's probably fine. Should we break down now some? Say the market wants to come back down, but see if 380 rejects it again. Reject once off of 380. Looks like the market wants to come back, but Johnson & Johnson. So there's 380s. Here's the 200 EMA right there at 390s. Yeah, I didn't realize it was 5 NASDAQ contracts. Again, it happens. It's small. I'll be alright. Look at this big pop, though. I think if there's a direction to attack today, it's sideways. Choppy. So we're testing that 200 EMA. Look at us tap it at 390. Yeah, so we got 7.7 million expected for the Jolts report this morning. 7.7 mil for Jolts. Oh, this is way too strong. Yeah, appreciate the follows. All right, so India's 2024-2025 gas sales came in at 7.3% increase at 39.9 million tons year over year, according to Reuters, citing prelim gov data. Slow. Are we in a crash situation? Well, we're in a situation when we've had a 15+% correction. And now if we continue down, if we get over 20%, 25%, a lot of people are going to consider that a crash. And so we are, at this point, we are in correction territory for sure. The NASDAQ has declined well over 15% at this point in time. And again, if it continues down, it is a crash. But we'll see. We got a crash kind of 20-25%. So far, we're I think max we hit was 16 or 17%. And so we're certainly edging lower, certainly correction territory. So Spain's Tesla registrations were up 34.3% year over year in March to 1,983 cars. Yeah, and I'm trying to see when earnings season kicks off too, because earnings season, get out of the way. Earnings season, I think it starts in about 2 weeks from now. So I think it starts in about 2 weeks from now. And next week's busy too. We got Fed minutes, we got CPI, we got PPI, we got wholesale inventories. And then I'm looking at earnings here. Right, today, nothing. We got BlackBerry tomorrow morning. Nothing else really, though. We got Tilray and Walgreens starting April 8th in about a week from now. Delta Airlines on the 9th. This is probably when the other big boys are going to start to come. Yeah, so Game Square, Friday, April 11th. Friday, April 11th is bank. So generally what happens is leading into earnings season, the Friday before earnings season really takes off, or the Friday in which earnings season kind of starts, we typically have big bank earnings. So April 11th, Friday, we have JP Morgan, BlackRock, Wells Fargo, Bank of New York, Morgan Stanley, Bank 7, Fastenal, Unity Bank, and more. That Friday. So that's Friday, April 11th. That's when earnings season starts. So that's in a little bit under 2 weeks. And then the following Monday, we got Goldman Sachs, M&T Bank. We've got Applied Digital, Skillsoft, Bank of America, Citigroup, Johnson & Johnson, Movado, Ericsson, PNC, Albertsons, United Airlines, JB Hunt, Hancock Whitney. The following Tuesday, Wednesday, ASML, Abbott, Progressive. Thursday, I'm trying to see when the big boys start, though. So Netflix happens on Thursday, April 17th. We don't really have any of the big ones, though, until the following week. The week of April 22nd. All right, guys. So a Reuters poll, the euro US dollar is going to be at 107 according to a Reuters poll. They think it is. Previous was 103 in 3 months, 108 previous, 104 in 6 months. 1951 survey was concerned about the US dollar haven status. Yeah, no, I was talking to my wife. My wife came in here, guys. I know I was muted. I understand. All right, guys. So it's not even 8:30 yet. We still got time. And again, we got a lot of economic reports. The market turned to the downside here. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, this is the day before tariff day. If there's any big fear, it's going to be around today. If there's any big fear, it's going to be around today. All right, so the current administration reportedly started layoffs at CDC and FDA as part of a 10,000 healthcare cuts. Thank you, baby. Carol finally brought me some water so I can fix this sludge of coffee. Much better. Much better. Ooh. All right, guys. So, yeah. NASDAQ's break it down. Testing lows of the day. We're right at the lows of the day. We still got a little bit of more room to break down, but time will tell here, chat. Time will tell. We're going to try to sit tight, wait for some good setups, and see if we can get anything good. I don't have a problem with... Yeah, I mean, tariffs are meant to specifically bring back U.S. manufacturing is what they're really designed for. Now, that might take some time and energy, but they're trying to bring back U.S. manufacturing. And I think that's another big reason why today's ISM manufacturing PMI report at 10 a.m. is pretty big, because it gauges the strength of the manufacturing sector. Again, it's going to take time. We're certainly going to have short-term pain from some of this stuff. Whether it's a good long-term bet is arguable. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing Inmax here. 14 to 102. All the way up to 130 at one point. Yeah, I mean, again, guys, I think the big risk is inflation. I think the risk is inflation. I think risks are obviously inflation related. I think one thing that we do not want is inflation to spike again. You know, one thing we do not want is inflation to spike again. Like, if inflation spikes, that's a problem. And that's what we don't want. And honestly, over the last 5 years, the biggest problem has been inflation over everything else, right? And I'm okay with us entering a little mini recession if it means we avoid inflation spiking up again. Because one thing that, you know, you guys might blame it, do different things, like blame it on one thing, like, you know, whatever it is. But one thing you guys do not want is more inflation problems. I'm telling you, like, that is one thing you do not want, is more inflation problems. So y'all be careful. You know, that's all I'm saying. I think right now we're in a stagflation environment in risk. I don't know if we're actually in the environment, but I think a stagflation environment is the risk right now. I think we're showing high inflation data on Friday. We had PCE come in higher than expected. And then, a lot of people think this current quarter is going to be either negative or basically break even at 0.3% projected, a couple analysts said last week. So either one of those things is not good. I think a lot of people would argue that's a weaker economy and high inflation, and that's stagflation. Again, I don't know if we're there yet. We'll see, but we're getting pretty freaking close to that. And I think that's one of the risks right now to everything going on is that. So we'll see. Ugh, still tastes like sludge. All right, guys. All right, let me mute the background music for a second. All right, guys. I love you.
Love you.
Have a good day at school. All right, guys. Yeah. Nope, he has it. All right, so we're consolidating now after getting really close to lows. Gold up to 3164s. 3164s. Let me catch back up with the chat. Bullish to 85K. Hey, bro. I love you, buddy. Have a good day, dude. Hey. All right, guys. Okay. I love you. Good job. Stagflation is way worse. Yeah, I don't think we're there yet. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we're in a stagflationary environment yet, but I think we're getting close. What if inflation spikes, but so does employment, wages, and prosperity? Well, then that's the natural state of economic growth, which is typically higher inflation, but also a strong economy that's contributing to higher inflation, right? Like most of the time, when inflation spikes, that's what we're actually at, which is a strong labor market, people working, spending, causing prices to rise. One of the reasons we got inflation following 2020 was stimulus checks, right? Like Rolex prices doubled, all that stuff happened because the Fed sent out those stimulus checks and everybody had free money. So what did? They spent it. They bought a bunch of dumb stuff with it. And the prices of those dumb things like Rolexes and luxury goods and Bernard Arnault with LVMH, prices of all that stuff went up because the businesses could raise prices because people were buying them so much. And so the normal reason inflation happens is from an abundance of spending, which generally means a strong economy. But it's not. It's generalized. There's always outliers and differences and stuff like that. But that's in general. That's what happens. All right, guys. So honestly, market's pretty flat right now. I don't really see any big edge. We're kind of choppy sideways here. We're holding at this 380 so far. This 380 level. This 380 support and resistance line at 19,379 or 19,380. Look at that rejection. So we're kind of consolidating in that little tight range here. We haven't really done too much outside of that, but we got the Jolts job report and ISM manufacturing PMI dropping at 10 a.m. in about an hour and a half. So yeah, we got that. And honestly, the channel's been growing a lot, man. We get almost 1,000 regular viewers here on when we don't have anything going on. When we got economic reports, we get more than that, which is great, man. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate the love. It's been fun to grow. 1,000 people watches the stream. That's a big number, man. People try to act like it's not, but 1,000 people watching. That's a fun number. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. Tesla delivery numbers are tomorrow. And honestly, our big streams, we get 4, 5, 6,000 people. CPI inflation, we had like 5 something. So appreciate the love, guys. I'm 50 years old. Should I buy an expensive sports car or put the money away into a cash ISA? I mean, it depends on what you want out of life. It depends on like how much is that sports car going to contribute to your happiness. If it's going to contribute a lot, I mean, you know, buy the sports car. I can't even argue against that. But if that's going to put you in a bad financial position, don't buy the sports car. You know, like, again, I'm not a sports car professional. You know, I'm not liable if you lose. Hey, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, April Fools might get the market. We're close enough to lows where I'm definitely not buying up anything right now. We're close enough to lows where I'm definitely not buying. I'm not saying buying's not going to work. Like, I'm just saying I'm not buying. It is April Fools. Honestly, I feel like I should have lied to you guys about something already. But that's okay. You know. We'll find something to lie about today. Yeah, we've already got 3 vehicles in my household. So, like, we don't even have room for a sports car. One of them is arguably a sports car. We got all different types. You know, we got a car, an SUV, and a truck. You know, we don't even have any room. I've thought about it. If I could write it off in a justifiable way, I'd do it. But like, we already got 3 cars. Yeah, I see IONQ moving a little bit. Somebody said it was like a quantum conference this week. Is that true? They've had a big pullback though. Quantum stocks like IONQ in January was at $55 a share. Today it's at 22. It's dropped over 50%. Invest in people, stuff will just rust or... Yeah, I mean... I don't know, bro. You gotta have some fun stuff, dude. Stuff's fun, you know? Like, stuff is good. I like stuff, you know? But it has to be the right stuff. Like, you could find cool stuff that also goes up in value, right? I get seasick, bro. I can't... Like, I wouldn't... I get seasick, you know? Like, I can go bass fishing, but can I go out into the ocean on a sailboat? No. I got sick on a cruise ship when I was young, you know? So, like, boat's just not for me. It's just not my style. All right, so President Lagarde speaks on AI, titled "The Transformational Power of AI: Economic Implications and Challenges." I think she speaks later on this evening. Hold on. Yeah. No, the thrill has definitely gone, Faye. Honestly, like I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like I remember thinking $2,000 a month was like the epitome of success, right? I remember being like, this was years and years and years ago, but I remember being like $2K a month, the epitome of success, right? And then I started making $4K a month, and I remember thinking that was like the epitome of success. And then I started making double that, and then I thought that was the epitome of success. And then I made 10, and then a little bit more. And I'm not gonna go into how much I make, but it loses its shine. It really does. It loses its shine. Like, you might look at somebody and be like, man, I just wish I could be them. Honestly, bro, it doesn't feel that much different to make good money. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. You don't get much, like, your life isn't, you still have stresses. Your life is still stressful. More money, more problems is true to a certain extent, especially in terms of, like, stress. You got different problems that come from it. And, like, ultimately, it's just, I'm not saying it's not good, but it's not what it seems to be. You know what I mean? That's the easiest way to put it. And like people that don't have it, they like desperately want it, but it really is not as, it's really not as good as it seems to be. Stress is still there. And after a certain point, you get tired of buying stuff, right? Like you get just bored with it. Yeah, I've tried Dramamine, but then I'm just sleepy. Just doesn't work. Like I could go on a boat and sleep because of the Dramamine. Still not gonna do much. All right, guys. So we're still looking up some news coming out today. Let's talk about it. So it looks like the layoffs have begun. So China seeks to strengthen cooperation on innovation with Sweden. They're holding a meeting on trade in Stockholm. All right, so 19 out of 51 FX strategists surveyed said that they were concerned about the U.S. dollar's safe haven status, according to a poll. Well, that's not good. I mean, I'm not bored with life. Life is very fun. It really is. Honestly, I got too much stuff going on. Like, I feel like I don't get a day to rest. I got to go meet with property managers and do taxes and transfer things to LLCs and, like, do all kind of stuff. And you just run out of time. And then my kids are having problems at school sometimes. They've been doing a lot better lately. They've been getting along with it. Teenagers and kids are just tough. They're just tough to deal with. Doesn't matter how much you make. Teenagers and kids are just difficult, Yeah, and you just lose time. I want to be able to sit around and not do anything for some time. But I don't ever get that. All right, guys, so we're still rejecting at 380s. Again, we're basically completely flat right now. Like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're in this little choppy range here. I'm waiting. Maybe we'll start to heat back up closer to the bell. Oh, you get beat in UFC Pawn. In UFC 5, bro, you're getting beat. You might beat me in MLB The Show. You're getting beat in UFC 5, bro. I'm telling you. IONQ raising 350 by selling the stock at market price. Their financial books. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They're quantum stocks. I think quantum is the future, but I also think It's definitely not guaranteed. Like, I think quantum's probably the future, but I don't think it's absolutely, like, definitively going to happen. I think it's most likely going to happen. And so, yeah, again, we got the Jolts job report showing up at 10 a.m. Yeah, so we got the Jolts job opening report at 10 a.m. We also have ISM manufacturing PMI data. What's up, Mama Pawn? Yeah, we play sometimes, but it's been a while since we played last time. Yeah, we got Jolts job report at 10 a.m. 7.7 million is what's expected here. We'll see what the opening bell gives us. Again, a lot of people think chop. Looking at our poll, we still pretty 50-50 split out of 900 votes. 48% think we're going to bounce back today. 52% think we're going to continue down. Yeah, honestly, we're still in this range, guys. Like, look, like we've been talking about this range, and honestly, I'm glad my charting has found the range. But we're still in this range. 380 still a pretty big level here. I guess I'm short biased. You know what? We'll take one micro contract right here. We'll take one. We're gonna trade very small. We still got 45 minutes until the opening bell. I'm not gonna add any more to it. I just think we've tested 380 enough to where we can take a small risk position, and if we break 380, we can just get out. Look at that retracement. We'll add to it too if we're right. But I might be wrong. Don't copy me, not an investment professional. If you want to check out TopStep, TopStep's funded account program. They give you a 50K demo. They test your skill with it. If you want to learn day trading, do not fund your own account thousands of dollars. You're almost certainly going to lose it. Instead, try TopStep. They give you a 50K demo. You get the same market tuition, learning how to trade aspect of it. They give you a 50K demo. If you can make 3K in profit on that demo without losing 2K first, following their rules and conditions, they fund you 50K with a 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K in profit. Very similar to funding your own account, but the risk is $50 a month versus funding thousands and probably losing it like most new day traders end up doing. Most day traders lose their first couple accounts, I think, and they call it market tuition. Pay your market tuition this way. You're still probably going to lose. Most day traders lose regardless of where they go. It's a lot cheaper to lose here. If you're good enough to pass it, you get a 90% split, first 10K. Again, so similar to funding your own account. It doesn't make any sense to go anywhere different. And they paid out almost $200 million, fund thousands of traders. Trading the futures market, you can see, is very similar to day trading stocks. What I'm day trading on in futures right now is called the NASDAQ futures contract. This is what the QQQ follows. It's the QQQ price action. I can also day trade the SPY price action and the ES. No PDT rule. Great way to learn. They're an affiliate of mine, though. I am biased because I get paid by them. Some would say I'm the top 3 most biased of all time ever in the world right now. If you want to check them out, here is the link. Understand all this stuff on screen, guys. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. Top 3 worst ever. Don't copy me. I've thought about opening up a pawn shop, but it seems like the stresses. Like, you got to open it up in the right area, and usually the right area is not a good area if you want the pawn shop to be successful, and then there's a lot of overhead, and I don't know. It just seems like a hard business to succeed in. Fed's Daily says uncertainty is not causing business paralysis, according to LinkedIn. Man, I'm looking on X.com and I see all these posts and I forget it's April Fool's Day. Y'all be careful, bro. I've gotten fooled by a couple different ones. All right, let's get 350s. Give me 350s. That's what we want. We want 350s down here. Yes. That's close enough. All right, we just made a little bit on this account. We got this big breakdown that we wanted, so we'll take it. A little baby gain. I'm going to short-term trade this. I think I could have maybe made more. You won't win every day, but if you profit more than you lose, you're still profitable. Yeah, of course. Nobody's going to win every day. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty right now for sure. Who knows what's going to happen? We're at 108.60s for NVIDIA. Still watching NVIDIA very closely. We did end up bouncing back up, so we ended up getting out. Green on the day so far. Should we stack in groceries today? I don't think it's that bad. You know? Yeah, like I don't think it's that crazy. You know? Honestly, the sludge isn't really that bad. It tastes like just normal coffee now, which is good. All right, guys, look at this rebound. Now we're retesting 380s. Look how choppy we are right now, though, chat. We got 40 minutes left into the market opens. 40 minutes. Sludge, yeah, well, so apparently I've been putting one, like, heaping scoop per cup of coffee. And so, yeah. Or wait. Maybe I might be doing per ounce. What's a coffee bowl called? What's it called? Coffee jug. No, that's not it. I don't know. Whatever it is, my coffee tastes like freaking sludge. I'm trying to figure it out. Richmond Fed President Barkin discusses monetary policy and outlook for inflation and labor markets right now. Let's see what he says. I'm curious. Where is he speaking? Tom Barkin. Is he speaking right now? Where's he speaking, bro? Hold on. Tom Barkin, where are you at, sir? All right, so Tom Barkin Here it is. Okay, we're here. He's going to be speaking in 7 minutes. We'll cover a little bit of it, honestly. Although they don't really have their stuff together, bro. It's by the Council of Foreign Relations. Honestly, they're kind of messing up, though, dude. Tom Barkin. Yeah, the coffee's way too strong, bro. Way too strong. A heaping scoop per cup sounds like a lot. Yeah, bro, it's way too much. But if you look online, bro, here's the problem. You look online here. And online, I'm like, hey, how many scoops per cup? And it's like 1 to 2 scoops per cup. So you're literally putting 4, or you're like, for 8 cups, you're putting 14 scoops? How dare they even, say anything close to that, man? That's crazy. How many scoops in coffee? Let's boil it down. For a standard 12-cup coffee maker, 12 to 24 scoops of ground coffee. That seems kind of out there, no? Maybe my coffee's just organic and it tastes like sludge regardless of how many scoops are in there. Heck is going on, I bought an espresso machine. I haven't slept since. Yeah, I feel you, man. I get it. All right, guys. Hey, we got 35 minutes left until the opening bell. We'll see what we get. No, you definitely can't see through this coffee. This coffee is, look at this. Sludge. Straight up sludge. It tastes better now, though. Yeah, I saw one of those machines that make ice cream out of everything, dude. I didn't buy it for myself because I feel like I would use it way too much. Like, I'm making ice cream out of freaking everything. Lemonade, It would get out of control quick, so I just can't buy that thing. Capri announces CFO and COO. Thomas J. Edwards, CFO and COO, to leave, and Rahul Mehta to become interim CFO. Is John a bad investor because he likes weak coffee? I don't know. Qualcomm says it's going to consider an offer to acquire AlphaWave IP Group. I haven't heard much about QCOM lately. It's down with everything else in tech. It's down big, though. QCOM. It's down like 40%. It's kind of like Tesla right now. Yeah, Newsmax. Look at this IPO today, guys. Went from $14 to $110. Newsmax IPO. Newsmax IPO, I mean. I don't buy IPOs. I really don't. I don't care how much one goes up. I'm not buying IPOs. I'm really not. I'm good. Too much risk in buying IPOs. I bought Coinbase IPO at like 40 bucks. And I thought I got ripped off. Or no. Wait. Hold on. It might have been 400. Let me check the history of Coin. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I bought Coinbase at 420s. Never seen that. It IPO'd way too high though, bro. Like, Coinbase IPO flew up. It opened at 169s. I remember buying it at like 420. And then it just dumped. This was years and years ago. But I don't buy IPOs anymore. One of my biggest like rookie mistakes as a trader happened. I ended up buying Roku's IPO. This was like so long ago. So I bought Roku's IPO. This was in 2017. I bought Roku's IPO. Right, I bought Roku's IPO in 2017. And I was day trading on a platform called SureTrader at the time, and I didn't really remember. I didn't really understand. Like, I remember I was up $100 and I thought I was the king of the world, being up $100 on the day. And I ended up buying like what I considered a very small amount of shares of Roku, like 50 shares. But it was an IPO, and I ended up just losing boatloads of money very, very, very quickly. Just taking way too big a size. I didn't realize the range that IPOs had. I think I shorted it, actually. And yeah, I just ended up losing like $400 or $500 very, very fast, and never again. And then I told myself I'm not buying IPOs. Not unless I'm investing in the company, but even still, there's just too much risk. I would rather the IPO happen, the stock settle down a little bit, and then figure it out, versus buying it up when the mania of the stock is at the highest. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, IPO is too risky, personally. All right, so we're holding at that 380 level again, but honestly, we're kind of chopping, moving up, moving up. We're kind of neutral, middle ground here. We're watching Coinbase. Let me see bond yields. The bond yields, I'm guessing they rebounded yesterday. They did, but then they opened up at 4.15%. 4.15% for bond yields. Down a lot here. All right, so look at the market pushing up, testing 19.4s now. We broke over the 200 exponential on a 1-minute chart. Bond yields opened up low, 4.15% for bond yields. Macy's Q1 guidance coming out. All right, looking at our poll, 52% of people think we continue down today out of 1,000 votes. Yeah, I'll put a timer up. We got about an hour before Jolts. Yeah. Here's a timer. Market's testing 19.4s now. All right, guys, we're at 19.4s. What is that? Is that a game? Oh, actually, I've seen the videos of that. It kind of looks fun. It's basically like a Breaking Bad game. All right, again, market slight uptrend, very slight uptrend. Trying to move up here, very slow. Not really doing too much. Barkin is supposed to be speaking right now, though. And so the problem is you can't really find Barkin speaking anywhere. Oh, here it is. Driving through economic fog. Oh, no, this was 4 days ago. Okay, Barkin. Where's Barkin at? Is he barking at the market? There's a lot of puns you could do here. I still can't figure it out anywhere.
Headed down nice.
Oh, here it is. I found it. I found Barkin. You want to listen here? I'm gonna mute the music for a second so I can listen to this. Oh, here he is.
But there's some stuff about import-exports that are in there. Consumer spending maybe is a little slower. Unemployment has stayed stable. The inflation numbers were a little higher than we wanted. But the numbers are not really the story. The story is uncertainty, and I described it in a speech last week as we're all out here driving in the fog. And it's really foggy. The high beams don't help. And what are you going to do in the fog? And I talked to businesses, I talked to consumers, and it's even true for the Fed. You don't know where policy is going to land. You don't know what the implications of that are going to be. And it's very hard to make investment decisions, hiring decisions, spending decisions with that amount of uncertainty. And so, you know, financial markets will tell us what they think as opposed to me telling them. But I have to think that part of the flattening of the rate curve has been pricing in more recession risk.
Your Chicago colleague, Austin Galsby, heard him speak about a month ago, and he likes to use the phrase that it's hard to navigate because there's a lot of dust in the
Yeah, we'll see what Barkin says. I don't know how much is moving markets, but
this is likely to turn into a sandstorm with the announcement of trade policy. How should the Fed be approaching this degree of uncertainty in terms of methodology?
Well, I think you've got to understand what the conditions are. And there's always stuff that is exogenous, right? Whether it's oil price spikes or wars in countries or market movements and fiscal policy. And so you have to take it for what it is. And we'll see what it is. By the way, we'll see where it lands, because I think a lot of people think there'll be some back and forth before it lands. And I think you want to see what it is and then go. And then once you know what it is, you can analyze and assess what the impact would be. We have some indicators.
Is it low?
Of that.
I mean, I got to turn it up.
Put on 5 years ago, 2018, 2019, and you can look at the studies of what the impact was, and then you can compare these to that and sort of play it out. But until you know what the policies are going to be and how long they're going to last, I think it's awfully hard to react to dust or fog or sandstorms.
Is it better?
Very good. Well, now, the Fed does have a former formal policy framework, I guess it's going to be former since you're studying it, the flexible average inflation targeting framework. That framework was adopted in a context in which the Fed had, the price performance, inflation performance had persistently underperformed, or depending on how you want to look at it, outperformed. The Fed's target inflation had been lower than the target, and there was worry about the role of the zero lower bound, et cetera. You're now beginning the process of a formal review, and I believe at the FOMC there was actually an introductory discussion about the review of the framework. How are you thinking about, first, how important is the role of the formal framework, and secondly, how will you go about altering it and reviewing the current framework that, dare I say it, I think a lot of folks have found wanting in the current circumstances?
So for those of you who aren't as close as John is to this, in 2012, for the first time, the Fed actually laid out a framework about how we think about managing monetary policy against our statutory goals of maximum employment and stable prices. And pretty good framework, results were pretty good during the 2010s. We said we're going to review it every 5 or so years to make sure it stays contemporary with what's happening.
Can y'all hear?
If you go back to 2019 and 2020, which is when we did the last review, as you said, the issue was not high inflation. The issue was low inflation, low rates. How would you ever get out of this? And so that framework, if you read it today, reads a lot like a message in the bottle authored in 2019. It was tailor-built for the problems we were facing there. It doesn't feel all that relevant to the problems of today. And so we're in the middle right now of trying to assess how do we want to evolve this. I'm confident we will evolve it. I'm hopeful that it's a constitutional document in my mind. And
do y'all want to listen to this? Or do y'all want me to just talk about stuff and hang out and trade?
Generations of the environment. But, I think we've still got the heavy lifting to do in terms of writing it. But I definitely think that the 2019 version doesn't feel contemporary today. And so I hope we'll work on that.
And if I could, how important should the framework be in terms of guiding expectations about actual policy decisions? In other words, should the framework be one that's
put one if you want to listen, two if you want me to talk and trade and turn this off, one or two?
Or is it more, you just used the word, a constitutional document, more of an expression of broad intentions?
I mean, there are ways to give you clarity on up, down, or leave it alone. By the way, that's all we do, so it's not that big of a job. But and a lot of people have introduced rules that would do that. I'd suggest those of you who like to look at the rules, might look at just a reverse casting of what they would have done 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, because lots of times it looks good to have a rule. But
I will. I'll cover this if he says anything important. We'll cover it. But yeah, we'll. Yeah, so we'll cover it, but. Yeah, so again, market's honestly pushing up. It's over 19.4s now. It's over 19.4s. And so Apple and Google mobile stores have been hosting VPN apps operated that are now getting blocked by the U.S. according to FT citing Tech Transparency Project research. Yeah, where's GameStop at? Has GameStop rebounded at all? It's still at 20s, man. GameStop has had a bad reaction to earnings. All right, guys, we got 15 minutes until the market opens here, chat. 15 minutes. We got Jolts job report and ISM manufacturing PMI at 10. So we got a lot of stuff honestly happening at 10. We'll see how it goes, but OpenAI closes 40 billion funding round, largest private tech deal on record. Did it really? Let me check. Michael Saylor saying don't be a fool by Bitcoin. All right, guys. So it's still a little slow. Are these new torpedo bets in the MLB like really becoming a thing, bro? I've been watching it. Do y'all think they're gonna be banned? They look small on the pictures though. Hold on. Volume low. We should be good now. Yeah, everybody hates the Yankees, bro. I don't really like the Yankees either. All right, market's turning down. We're under 19.4s here. We're still hitting that 200 exponential. I don't really like the Yankees either. They're the richest team in baseball, bro. Except for, I don't know. It depends on how much the Dodgers make, but I don't know, dude. I don't like the Yankees. And their fan base, like, toxic. All right, guys. Hey, we got 14 minutes until the market opens. 14 minutes. Ooh. What else is going on in markets right now, man? I don't really see anything else. I think the whole market's just waiting for the opening bell now. We got 13 minutes until the market opens. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. How we do. Sorry, I can't talk this morning. All right, guys, so now we're at 19,394s. FHA delinquencies hit 11%, the highest in years. Do you guys think we're headed towards a real estate recession? House prices going to double in the next 2 years? Maybe. I hope so, bro. But who knows, man. The good thing about real estate is that like, you profit on a lot of different ways for real estate. You really do. You profit from appreciation, rental increases. Like, there's a lot of ways to make money in real estate. All right, guys. ISM manufacturing PMI and Jolts coming out at 10 a.m. We got 40 minutes left until those reports. Ford U.S. retail sales showed up plus 5% in quarter one, according to an SEC filing. One to 5 months isn't so bad. Yeah, I mean, inflation, but won't stop buying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on who's buying right now, and what are they buying? What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, we're already down 16, 17% in the NASDAQ, though, Tony. Tony says there's a lot of data that suggests we should crash some all-time high prices, all-time unaffordability, high rates, supply building up, time on the market, reaching high levels, high price cuts. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people are going to argue we've already seen that correction. We're down 17, 16% in the NASDAQ and the NQ, regardless of this little bounce back that we've seen. And so the question is that enough? That's the question. Is that enough? Is that dip enough? And I don't freaking know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. We'll have to wait and see. But is it enough? I don't freaking know. Yeah, so we got the Jolts reports. Yes, we got the Jolts job report today. We got 6 minutes into the market opens. It doesn't look like Tom Barkin said anything super relevant either, man. Like, I'm looking to see what he said, but probably a good thing we turned it off. I don't think he was saying much, in all honesty. Do we hit a recession in 2025? I'm going to end this poll. We got enough votes on this poll. I'm going to end this poll. Yeah, we're going to do we enter a recession in 2025? We're going to keep it 1 or 2. Yes or no. That's it. What do you guys think? Do we enter a recession in 2025? Let me know how you feel. Yeah, we got ISM service and manufacturing PMI data as well. So let me see what we got here. ISM manufacturing data too. All right, guys. So we'll see if we got really sideways action here. We got 3.5 minutes left. Sideways action. Nvidia turning down. Nvidia slightly green on the day. You can see this light blue line right here is the previous closing price. Nvidia is sitting right over that level. If it goes under that blue level at the opening bell, it'll be technically red on the day. Again, I'm watching 102.15 on Nvidia way down here. That is the low of the last 7 months. I'm looking for the market to turn. This little small trend that we've seen here, like just to draw the trend, I think it's pretty obvious. This is what we're in now. Now, I don't know if we're going to break past this or what, but this is what I see right now. Small little 1 minute trend. And again, we'll see if we break down underneath that at the opening bell. It's definitely a level I'm watching. So, looking at our poll numbers so far, 55% say yes, 45% say no, roughly. 60-40 almost, yes to no. Do y'all not like this music? I can put on some other music. I tried to put in like tense music. Maybe I'll put laid back music here. Y'all should appreciate this more. Is this better? All right, look at this turn right before the opening bell. We got 2 minutes. Yeah, it's supposed to be like tense, dark music because, you know, market's correcting. At least that was my logic in the music. But we got a minute left, chat. 1 minute left into the opening bell. Honestly, a pretty big turnaround here, though. Look at this turn. Markets are big above PE ratios. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. PE ratios, average PE is probably like 40 or 50 in the Mag 7 right now, so it's definitely not low. Aprils are typically bullish, but I think the landscape of the current market's different. Look at this turn right before the opening bell, too, guys. We got 30 seconds. Market just broke over a couple big support levels. Now back under 19.4. See if we open up below this level. Yeah, look at this dip. Weird. Retail sales first 4 weeks plus 5.3% versus March a year ago. All right, guys, there's the bell. Let's see if we hold, bounce back, break down. Red action so far since the opening bell. Look at this drop on the 370s here. Chat, 370s. We are dipping down some. And remember, we got the Jolts report we're going to cover live at 10 a.m. We got ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 a.m. Look at this drop at the opening bell. All the way down to 350s. Underneath 350s here. Sell off so far since the opening bell. Doesn't mean much yet. We could obviously retrace back up. It's the open. It's the volatile part of the day. But let's watch. Nvidia turning down, technically red on the day now. I really want to short this, but I'll wait. Canadian global PMI data showed up at 46.3. We also have regular manufacturing PMI at 945. It's not the ISM version, but it's something. I like shorting these down wicks here, but I'll wait. And look, there's the retracement. Pretty, like, those down wicks can be really easy to short. Yeah, Jolts is moving the market, at least a little bit. We don't know how much. Look at this retracement back up, though. And so, again, my hands are off. We're not going to trade at least a couple minutes. That's a big green candle and a big red candle. So we're getting big range volatility, but sideways so far since the opening bell. Now we're starting to head right back up, and now we're heading right back down. Weird. Nvidia's back up. Nvidia technically green on the day now, up to almost 109s. Yeah, this level held. Look at that 350 level. We drew this level, I don't know, much earlier. And look at that 350 level. We bounced literally directly off of that thing, man. You'd love to see it. Then 380 up here, too. But if we get over 380, we got the 200 exponential right here that might reject it as well, though. Very weird range. This is typically pretty bullish, though. Like, this is typically going to go up now. If we retrace this whole candle, usually we're going to head back up. And there we go. But you never freaking know. And again, I got to wait a couple minutes. Oh, yeah, look, there we go. So we're back up to 4s. Over 4s now, yeah. So once you have the huge red candle like this that you completely retrace, it's just really probable that you're gonna, you're gonna go back up. It's too close to the opening bell to take positions here, though. We did gotta break this range that we had here, so I'm just gonna end this trend because it's useless now. The next level I have on my chart, I think I'm gonna look at like 425 here. All right, there it is. There's 425s. Just ripping past it, honestly. Got a little level at 445s or so. Nvidia just turned, starting to test lows again. Market hours lows. Yeah, there it goes. Nvidia turning. Look at that. See if we bounce here. Man. Nvidia just went really, really red under 108. Look at Nvidia on the right side here, chat. Wow. Look at Nvidia over here. Nasty. All right, guys. We're kind of in a neutral spot. Look how weak this is, man. Look how weak this is. Nvidia turning down. And then turning right back up. Such a weird price action today, guys. Such a weird price action. So the market looks like it wants to come back down, but I'm gonna wait. Yeah. It's all right. We just got 1,500 on one of our combines. We're waiting for the opening volatility to play out. I mean, it looks weak here. I'm gonna short a little pop if we get it, but I'm gonna short here. Nvidia looks like it's breaking down. Took half off, locked a little bit in here, but it's also kind of risky. We'll add to this. See if we retrace back down at the lows, but it's also a risky position. All right, we're gonna cover it here. Get out there. Just made a small little gain. Good enough so far. So we're up a lot. I don't know what I want to do here. I think I'm just going to wait, but... Look at this green move. Again, we're so rangy here, guys. Yeah, I don't know what to do here, man. I mean, the squeeze factor's on the upside, but yeah, I mean, see what Nvidia does. Again, we got ISM manufacturing PMI in 5 minutes. Or no, we got regular PMI manufacturing in 5 minutes. ISM data is at 10. Yeah, here, look, guys, respectfully, let's stop arguing about politics in the chat. You know, like, respectfully, like, y'all disagree about politics, who cares? Like, move on. Like, it doesn't matter too much. In the end, it's just kind of arguing. We're under 380s. Let's see if we short this. I'm gonna wait to short, actually. Yeah, I don't know if market's going up or down. I really don't. I'm waiting. We're green on the day, but we're watching Nvidia, and Nvidia is kind of what I'm paying attention to the most today. I tend to be short biased here, but I think that honestly the pattern looks to be bullish, so I'm kind of neutral. I'm waiting. All right, remember, guys, in 3 minutes, we have base manufacturing PMI. It's not ISM. It's not the Institute of Supply Management, but we do have some manufacturing PMI data dropping at 9:45 market time in about 2.5 minutes, give or take. It's expected at 49.8. So White House aides have drafted a proposal to impose sweeping tariffs on about 20% on, quote, at least most imports as part of his trade strategy. According to the Washington Post, they said White House aides drafted the 20% tariff proposal ahead of the announcement Wednesday, which is calling Liberation Day. Moody's chief economist Mark Zandi warned that this worst-case scenario of sweeping 20% tariff risks triggering a potential recession and unemployment exceeding 7% if trading partners retaliate aggressively, according to the Post. He said, I'd brace for impact, end quote. Not saying I agree with any of this stuff, but I'm going to short that. We're slightly green on the day, but not much. And all right, we took half off here, but it wasn't much, and we might add back to it if we get it. There we go. Didn't get barely anything from that. I'm going to short this again. Double short it. We even triple short it right here. Hopefully I don't get faked out. Oh, it's the song, bro. The song is the reason. There we go. That freaking song, bro. Manufacturing PMI dropping soon. I gotta cut this pretty soon. I can't hold it. I'm gonna cut some of this just in case. I just don't like the green action that we're getting. Is too much. Yeah, we'll cut it. So we ended up losing now. We're pretty kind of flat, but I'll switch to a different funded account. I try not to lose too much any specific day on any account. That way, if we have a bad day where we're not making money in anything, like, we're still okay, you know? That's kind of the name of it. Look at that retracement here. And this is NVIDIA rejecting at the 200 exponential, or the volume-weighted average price. Now, we might pop right back up here, but... All right, guys, so here's manufacturing PMI. It just dropped. So manufacturing PMI showed up. That's actually a little bit late. Okay, 50.2 versus 49.8. So global manufacturing from March showed up. I'll put this number up in chat. Yeah, I'm never going to sell a course. It's just not my style. It really isn't my style. Look at this pump here, guys. Wow. I'm hoping it's like a liquidity grab, but right in that 425 level. We still got 4 minutes left, so I'm kind of betting on choppiness leading into Jolts. So that's a pop. Man, look at this candle, guys. Wow. So we're up there still here, man. Market's starting to rally. We got Jolts coming out too in about 10 minutes. So I'm trying to slow it down and not trade too aggressively here, but there's obviously risks to everything. Man, is there a reason for this rally? Man, look at this surge, chat. Wow. Okay, I'm going to switch accounts, see if we can maybe take some risk into this. So I got one of these combine accounts that are up. Like, look at this. And again, it's mostly led by Nvidia here. I want to see what Nvidia is doing. What are bond yields doing here too? And the Jolts report drops in about 12 minutes, guys. It's expected at 7.7 million. We also have ISM manufacturing PMI. But sheesh, what a rally. All right, so markets are both technically green on the day here. Let's see if they hold. Will we pump into April 2nd? That's the question. Will the rally continue right now? I'm watching this previous closing price. This is why I'm pulling up the Q here. Here's the previous closing price on the Q. So we came back down to 425. So let's see if what happens here. Completely retracing some of these levels. So we came back down a couple times here. We're hitting that previous closing price. Look at that level. Just tapped it at 467s here. We got 9 minutes before Jolts, chat. 9 minutes. Too much momentum showing up here. So we got really close to highs here. Really, really close. See if it pushes the bulls up or if we go choppy and sideways today. Very close to all-time highs on the day. Not all-time highs total, but on the day, all-time highs. Bulls are coming in. So we got a monster pullback here. See if the pullback retracement continues. Wow, what a trap. Yeah, so again, I'll put this back up. We're kind of going back and forth here, but We got I'm kind of slowing my trading down. The only thing I think we could get is choppiness leading into this report. So we got a little dip. I mean, if you're on the bull side, you might like this dip buy. All right, guys, we got 7 minutes left. We got about 1,000 here. There's no 5-minute delay vertigo. You got to hit the live button next to the play button. You'll catch back up on the stream. You just paused it too many times or something, but yeah, if you put it on 2x speed, it should keep up with everything, realistically. Yeah, look at this drop. All right, guys, Jolts report, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So let's see if we bounce at the 200 exponential here. Close. It's not really holding down though. Yeah, the Jolts report's coming soon here. Y'all be careful. We're bouncing right at the 200 EMA. I don't like that though. Now we're kind of coming down. So we're right at the 200 exponential here. We got 4 minutes left until Jolts, guys. Remember, hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up on the stream. See what the market gives us right now, leading into Jolts. Again, we got 5 minutes. Rebounding right at that 380 level. So my level was good here, guys. We got 2.5 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left. And honestly, I'm kind of assuming the market stays kind of choppy leading into Jolts, but I really have no freaking idea. We are getting used to trading a little bit larger, but... All right, guys, here we go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for Jolts. Yeah, if you put it in 2x speed, it should keep you up. Is choppiness good for your day trading? It can be. It can also be bad. Levels tend to hold when it's choppy. versus momentum breakthroughs of different levels and stuff like that. Like you can kind of see this level held, but they're not perfect sciences. Like they can hold, but they also can kind of go the opposite way. All right, chat. Hey, we got 1 minute left. 1 minute. Hit the live button next to the play button. We'll see what Jolts gives us today. We also have ISM manufacturing PMI, so just be ready for volatility. All right, guys, less than a minute. Jolts expected at 7.7 million. 7.7. Xing out of some windows, getting the windows ready. All right, guys, 1 minute. Or really, we got, I'm sorry, about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Choppiness so far leading into this. 25 seconds. Make sure you hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up, chat. We appreciate it. Yeah, y'all be careful. Report drops in 15 seconds. We'll see how it moves things. Again, expectation 7.7 million. ISM PMI expected at 49.5. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This timer's a little early. Here we go, right now. All right, ISM PMI 49, weaker than expected. Jobs report, weaker than expected. 7.56 million. 7.56 million. Weaker than expected. Jolts report, weaker than expected. Manufacturing PMI at 49. Versus 49.5. We've had an initial negative reaction here. It's definitely weaker economic data than expected. Weaker economic data, although this is better for inflation problems, but it's definitely weaker economic data. Again, PMI showed up 49 versus 49.5. Jolts showed up at 7.56 million. 7.56 million. Yeah. Let's see what the market does. Honestly, we've had kind of a choppy reaction to this as well. Are we going to get a delayed negative response from this report? It does show weaker economic data. Now, look, this could mean a couple different things. It could mean good, bad. It could mean better inflation because of weaker economics means better inflation data. But weaker economics is what it showed. It showed a weaker market, a weaker jobs market on both fronts. Manufacturing was weaker at 49 versus 49.5 expected. Jolts was weaker than expected at 7.756 million versus 7.7 million expected, roughly. And the market had a big reaction originally, and then it kind of calmed down some here too. So again, if you haven't already checked out Top Step, check them out. This is what we're day trading on today. If you want to day trade a funded account, great way to learn how to day trade. Most day traders lose, and so if you put up your own money, you're probably going to lose day trading. Let's just be real here for a second. We did get this delayed negative reaction that we thought we might. Again, most day traders lose, and so if you want to learn to day trade with less risk than funding thousands in your own account and probably losing it, at least most likely less risk, try Top Step. Top Step gives you a 50K demo, comes with real-time data. If you can make 3K without losing 2K first, following their rules and conditions, they fund you 50K with a 90% split. It's the best of both worlds. You got limited risk. If you fail, you're out $50. It's not the end of the world. They give you a practice account afterwards, and you can learn and grow as a trader. If you pass it by passing that challenge, it's a reasonable 3-to-2 ratio. If you do it, you get to keep your first 10K in profit after you're funded, and then 90% split afterwards. So very similar to funding your own account in that regard. Noticeably less risk for most people, at least. Can't guarantee anything. I'm biased because I get paid by them, but genuinely useful for traders, in my opinion. And again, if you want to check it out, I'll put the link up in chat. Very similar to day trading stocks. I can day trade basically the SPY and Q price action. Very similar patterns. They've paid out almost 100 million in 2020. And if you use my link, you can use 0 commissions on Top Step X. If you sign up, go to Top Step X, 0 commission there. Great way to learn how to day trade. And if you want to check it out, link is in the description right there, as well as in the chat right now. Understand CFTC 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Make your own assessment. Trade smart. get a breakdown here. So we had bad data. So if market flushes down, market instead went the other way here. Sheesh. Look at all this green action showing up. Maybe better inflation problems making the market more optimistic. Sorry, you can't even see this on screen. Look at this right now. Look at the Q going back up. Again, maybe we're just going to have choppiness today. Maybe that's what we're going to get today. I really don't know. Right now, market's all the way back down. See if it flushes back. Gets weak. Man, so market looks weak, guys. It's hard to tell what it's going to do here, though. It's very choppy, very flat. Kind of back and forth here. All right, so we did get ourselves green in the other account we traded on today as well here. I've been kind of trading it in the background. It was kind of a tough day, but I'll show you guys this account. Same account we've been trading on most of the day. We got ourselves green about $100. I've been kind of trading it in the background. A little bit larger micro size, but you can kind of see my string of trades here that we hit. So nice little green day. I'll take it. It's been a kind of a crazy day. So ChatGPT has a 20 million paid subscriber count as of today, according to the information. See if we can keep this up. Market's very flat, very choppy. Hard to make money today, guys. Y'all be careful. Yeah, tomorrow is tariff day, so I think the market's going to be fearful a lot today as well. We also could have just apprehension and choppiness today, guys. It's very, very possible. We could just have sideways apprehension, fear, you know. Who knows what the market's going to do today? We really don't know. Leading into tomorrow's tariff day. See if we keep going down. It does kind of look weak here, chat. It does. I don't. Yeah, look, there comes the weakness. It does look weak. And here it comes. And here's the weakness show up. Yep. And there it goes. Look at this weakness showing up, chat. Wow. That's a crazy drop. We just tapped lows. I'll short this a little bit here. We got a cushion on the day we can play with. I'm going to cover some of this, actually. Yeah, I was worried about that. That's a big retracement candle here, so I don't want to get stuck in too much red. I just want to see if it retraces back down, which is kind of what I want. Yeah, there it goes. I'm back and forth here. Yeah, I got to cut this now too. So now we're slightly red on the day. I'm trying to scale up my size in this account, but there we go. All right, better. So now we're back green again. It looked weak. This retracement was just huge, kind of stopped me out, but I saw the weakness show back up, so I jumped back in. And again, I think we got a big edge on the downside if we start to really test these lows leading into tomorrow. But who knows, man. Again, don't copy me. I have no freaking idea what's going to go on, but I got to take one contract, I think. Just one. And then see if we get like a retest of lows and weakness showing up. And if we lose a little bit, it's all good, but hopefully it continues to break. See, Nvidia is bouncing right at that bottom here too. Do I want to add to one? We're kind of flat in this now. I don't think we need to. I'm going to fix my averaging at 2 here, but that's it. I don't mind having a break-even day versus a small winning day. I want to trade when we might get good volatility here, so we'll try it, but almost there. I don't like that at all. We'll give it a second though. Yeah, I'm worried we're just going to chop sideways based off of apprehension. Although we do have this level right here, this 467 level on Nvidia that I'm hoping rejects and pushes us back down. But I got to kind of wait for it. There we go. That's better. Okay, we'll immediately take that off and lock that in. And then add to this. Yep. Cut it there. All right, so that worked out. We did reject at that 467. Let's see if we short a retracement up here. That's somewhat of a retracement. There we go. We'll go ahead and cut that there too. Let's see if we find another entry. The deeper we get here, the more momentum is going to be on the downside. So it's kind of like yesterday. Here's the low of the day. Yeah, so here's the low of the day. We just broke lows of the day. Yeah, Nvidia is what's dragging it down, but it's not really firmly breaking in here. So like here's Nvidia. It's bouncing back up some. So Nvidia, the problem is like this is so far what we've seen today. Right? Like we got a little bit of a flag forming here, but in that regard we could rebound all the way back up here, and in that regard come up here, but it could still be choppy. Like we haven't firmly broken under the lows enough to confirm a downward direction, I think, yet. I think we gotta wait. So all right, so now's the firm push. So we're now under 19.3s. There goes some red. Again, we got to get under 19.284s if we're going to break the lows of the last few minutes, or the last few days. And there we go. Still trying, but Show the 24 EMA. I mean, we're breaking down some. I mean, we're green on the day. We had a green day yesterday too. At least in this one, I think. It's a little too extended to short. Yeah, the data's out. Let me put it on screen. Sorry, I think I put it up in chat. I didn't put it up on screen. There you go. That's the Jolts report right here. Yeah, I don't mind shorting like one contract up here. Yeah. All right, just had really good risk reward on like one contract out already. Up over 100. So that's good. Small but good. Let's see about this 278 level. So now we're popping back up. Reuters poll. Not really relevant. Too much Forex. Nvidia bouncing back up to 107s though here. So Jolts quit levels at 3.195 million. All right, so Alibaba expected to release their AI flagship model as soon as April, according to Bloomberg. How you guys doing? You guys red or green so far today? I'm slightly green. Looking at the chat. Red, slightly red, up green. Red, green, green, kind of flat. Yeah, y'all be safe, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Again, it's almost 9:20 market time. Listen, I love you all. Y'all be safe today. Remember, guys, not an investment professional. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. Slightly green on the day, though. I'll take it. Green is good. I'll take it. Will the market continue this brutal breakdown? I don't know. Again, if you haven't already, check out Top Step. Great way to learn how to day trade. Most day traders lose, and so if you put up your own money, thousands, you're probably going to lose thousands. Let's just be honest here for a second. With Top Step, you can learn, still take some risk, but the risk is $50. If you pass it, very similar reward to funding your own account, which is a 90% split with Top Step. You get to keep your first 10K in profit. All you got to do is take a 50K demo, make 3K without losing 2K, a 3-to-2 reasonable ratio in futures. In the futures market, you can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, gold, some currencies. Patterns and day trading is very similar to stocks. No PDT rule. Great way to learn. Here's the link. Check it out tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, guys. April 2nd, Doomsday. Liberation Day, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really against either one. I hope the market goes up. I hope it is. Y'all be safe. Be careful. Understand crazy things can happen from now to then. The market's looking kind of weak today. As I say this, it's kind of breaking down. So y'all just be careful, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Good luck.